They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, which suggests that a picture tells a story just as well as, if not better than written or verbal communication. And if you stick around till the end, you'll see how that can be true. But first, I want to take a look at a few photos that desperately need answering. And if you've ever seen this photo before, I guarantee you instantly wanted to know how this came about. Just by looking at it, you would think that Mike Dunleavy Jr. was probably writhing in pain afterwards. And if somebody were to just find the footage of when it happened, you would be in for a treat, right? Well, not exactly. It wasn't quite the Bruce Lee move like you were hoping it was. All it was Ira Newble attacking the basket and then proceeding to lose control over his body in midair, which is believed to have taken place in a game between the Cavs and Warriors on November 15th, 2004. At first glance, it might seem like there's no way this is where it came from, but if you were to slow it down, there's no question that the origin of the photo stemmed from this exact play. As you can see, Mike Dunleavy Jr. just completely brushes it off as if nothing even happened, which is weird because we can clearly see that something did happen. Again, this photo proves it, but apparently it wasn't as bad as we all thought. Another picture that had people curious is of this high school basketball player who appears to be levitating above the ground. And I want to let you guys know right away that this is not photoshopped. It's just that this incredible picture just so happened to be captured at the perfect moment.
It's an amazing photo of a high school basketball player who seems to be levitating. It's as if he's hanging in midair.
Walker Stillman, who was 17 at the time, reveals what was actually happening in that moment.
The kid shot it, and I thought the ball was like gonna come to me, and it ended up going to my teammates instead. So I just kind of like relaxed, and that's how the picture happened, I guess.
Most of the people I've heard from ask me, "What were you doing?" Stillman told a local newspaper. "I had jumped for a rebound and saw that it wasn't coming my way, so I kind of stopped what I was doing." Here's the video to prove the image was not photoshopped. It's actually not even a big deal when you watch the footage, but as a photo, it's truly remarkable. While it would be pretty cool seeing someone floating in midair for real, I'm pretty sure the last thing you would want to see is this floating in the middle of the water where you happen to be swimming at. I wouldn't blame you one bit if you happen to crap your pants seeing this coming towards you. I think we all would. It seems like something straight out of a horror movie or something that would be in an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. But apparently all it is 7'7" Manute Bol taking a dip in a hotel pool. The guy in the photo obviously knew it was Manute Bol, but if you didn't know it was him beforehand, this comment sums it up pretty well. Now we know what Slender Man would look like underwater. But as terrifying of a sight that is, I don't think it comes close to being as scary as TJ Ford's shorts, if you even want to call him shorts. For the longest time, many people thought that the bagginess was just a reflection of early 2000s fashion, and that he willingly showed up to his rookie photo shoot like that. But actually, it was the Milwaukee Bucks themselves who were responsible for this outrageous photo.
We had to do a photo shoot, everybody that got drafted from 2003. So when I show up, your team's supposed to ship all your uniforms and the things that fit your sizes. But when I get there and get ready to do my photo segment for all the NBA photos, those was the shorts they gave me. I had these big old shorts that was for a guy that was 7 foot tall, and they also gave me a jersey that was just as big. And they told me, this is all we have.
Can you imagine if he had to wear that oversized uniform during his rookie season, or at least for a couple games? But fortunately, their equipment guy got his act together so he didn't have to. And lucky for Dame that he didn't have to deal with that. Otherwise, he would have just requested a trade back to Portland. We're all aware of the multiple blown leads Chris Paul has been a part of throughout his career. And besides basketball reasons, the only other explanation we can come up with, whether we're joking or not, is maybe he's just cursed or something. I don't know about you guys, but I just could never quite pinpoint what exactly is causing all of his bad luck. It's always been a fascinating mystery to me. It would be kind of boring to suggest that all of his misfortune just happens to be one big meaningless coincidence. Something tells me that can't be it. it. Then, as you all probably know by now, Kanye shocked everyone by claiming that he once caught Kim cheating on him with Chris Paul. When I first heard about this last year like the rest of us did, I was like, finally, it all makes sense. Now trust me, I'm fully aware that it is very possible that this is not true at all. I totally get that, but it still provides a possible explanation for everything. And I'm obviously alluding to the Kardashian curse. Now there's no need to get into all that. I'm not gonna bore you with details that we all already know about, but I do want to touch on this picture real quick, which made the rounds online following Kanye's tweet. If you didn't know, Kanye and Drake have been beefing with each other for years now. Drake, who was also rumored to have hooked up with Kim Kardashian during her marriage to Kanye West, spent a large part of 2021 sparring with Ye on social media and in songs in the run-up to their respective albums Certified Lover Boy and Donda. Drake posted this photo on his Instagram story while promoting his then upcoming album, and with hindsight being 2020, it now suggests that he knew about the alleged affair, completely trolling Kanye by having him and his two friends all wear Chris Paul jerseys. Now, I came across several comments suggesting that he probably chose those jerseys because the number 3 was meant to represent the date that the album was coming out on, September 3rd, 2021. While you could argue that is a possibility, I find it hard to believe that he would only choose Chris Paul as a jersey choice for all 3 of them for no reason. And what I mean by that is, Drake easily could have went with Chris Paul and let's say Dwayne Wade and Allen Iverson, and the number 3 theme would still work if it was really just about the date his album was coming out on and nothing else. Honestly, that would have been better. But no, he decided to put in the effort to only get CP3 jerseys. I believe he knew exactly what he was doing. I mean, just look at him, he's clearly playing mind games. Now, regarding the jerseys themselves, they could actually be the key to connecting the dots. Or at least I should say the cities displayed on the front of them could be. One reason why I think this theory potentially holds weight is because Chris Paul's former teammate Devin Booker and his previous relationship with Kim's sister Kendall Jenner could have very well been a bridge for Paul and Kim to get close. Now, what about those New Orleans jerseys? They might seem pretty irrelevant, but remember guys, there was a period when Kim spent a lot of time in New Orleans due to her being in a relationship with Reggie Bush. He played for the Saints from 2006 to 2010, and that's pretty much the time frame when he dated Kim. She had to travel from LA to New Orleans constantly, and who else just so happened to be playing in New Orleans around that same time? Not to mention, he also spent a significant amount of time in Los Angeles as a Clipper, where Kim lives, strengthening this rumor even more, which, now that I think about it, might explain why that team would always come up short. It seems like he's been under a curse pretty much his whole career now, and this picture certainly doesn't help at all. I would imagine Chris probably wasn't too thrilled when he saw Drake wearing his jersey. You know, given the whole whenever Drake takes a picture with an athlete curse, or in this case, wearing a jersey in a picture. It never ends well, adding insult to injury to what was already a messed up predicament Chris was in. We actually don't know exactly how long Chris and Kim have known each other. I mean, this footage has to be pretty old, maybe even before her and Kanye started dating, creating plenty of opportunities for them to build rapport and for this claim to actually have some merit.